welcome. Come sit at the table with us. Gather with us at the highway channel of the Never Alone Way. Our quiet, structured, wisdom-driven community that outlasts trends. Why we are here: to start simple conversations, to pause, reset, and align with what truly matters most. Remember, responsibility in action. Topic is, there are only 2 core addiction types, or addictions, period. There are only 2 core addiction types. Addictions are not just drugs. It is not just alcohol. It is not just hypersexuality. It is not just gambling. It is not just food. It is not just what the world labels serious. At its root, addiction is how we regulate pain, how we avoid pain, how we ignore pain. Addiction is actually not the root part of it. You picture weeds below ground. The root are the lies, our fears, false beliefs, and what's happened to us, our past and our personal, ancestral, our collective wounds, traumas, experiences. And above ground is the weeds, is the icky, is the mold, is the effects. And addiction is that part above ground. It's our behaviors, our habits, healthy or unhealthy. And so it's actually the effects, the outcome, the fruit, good or bad. Every habit we have disciples us, forms us, creates our next day. What we do today affects tomorrow. It affects our families. It affects our work. It affects our learning. It affects our lives. It affects our bodies. Addictions are actually misalignment, aligned with the lies, our fears, our doubts, our insecurities, our traumas, our wounds, our false beliefs. And we need to go due north and realign with the truth, the wisdom, the laws that mentally and physically are set in place to help us. We're removing, and so with this, there are only two core ways that humans do all of these things. We're removing hierarchy. This pulls in everyone. It establishes simplicity, and it actually creates more wonder and curiosity of how can we heal, restore, and prevent. So the big idea is addiction is not about substance first, the behaviors, the pills, the drugs, the alcohol, the sexual behaviors, the gambling, the foods we eat. It's not about that, but that's what we try to control. That's what we work with. We try to regulate those things, but it's actually regulation within us with our nervous system, our brain, and our spinal cord, which then goes into our neural pathway. We have to regulate. We have to release past memories that are stored in our cells. So with addiction and substances, we either are, well, not just substances, we are either, number one, putting something into our body, or number two, we are doing something to manipulate the nervous system, our brain and spinal cord, which also manipulates our body. So that's it. One, we're either putting something into our body to regulate it, or number two, we are doing something to manipulate our nervous system. That's it. So for number one, substance-based addictions, what we put into the body to change how we feel, how we are, how we experience. This category is very simple and clear, very painful, very hurtful, and very destructive. drugs, illicit or prescription misuse, alcohol, nicotine, vaping, prescription, I already said that, compulsive caffeine, even any kind of caffeine, sugar, sodium, supplementations, protein, the list goes on. We put all of these things in our body. Now, the core pattern with this is we get external chemical regulation. It's regulating our body. We are using these substances, any of those and more, there's a lot more, to calm anxiety, to help us not feel depressed, be depressed, to numb pain, to ignore pain, to avoid pain, to increase energy, to escape reality, to soften the traumas, soften the wounds, to override stress, all of these and more. It is an external chemistry changing the internal state. So we're trying to externally regulate basically our internal state because of pain, because of past experiences. If it goes into the body and chemically alters our nervous system, it falls here. And that includes sodium, sugars, foods, supplementations. It really depends what it is, but it alters our nervous system. It alters our brain and our spinal cord. It alters how our body works, and it is a bypass. It's escapism. And then we're numbing out, so we're not able to face the truth of what we're really just needing to heal from, what we're really needing to restore from. So then we can prevent and not have it happen again. Why this matters, this group is often judged more harshly. Biologically, it is not different in mechanism than the other one, only in the delivery system of how it is done. And it's actually, though, more visible because the other is more harder to see and visible because you're not putting something in or on or whatever you're doing to your body. The brain is being trained or retrained, you could even say. Relief comes from the outside and goes in. False relief, that is. Dysregulation is outsourced. You're outsourcing it to something that you're grabbing and bringing in. Discomfort must be escaped. They can't handle this discomfort. We can't handle the discomfort. We can't handle because of whatever hurt us is destroying us. We can't handle that. We've got to find some means to be able to regulate that. And it's okay. There is the other side of this. So number 2, first was substance, now number 2, process-based addictions. What we do to escape, numb, stimulate, or depress us. What we do to escape, numb, stimulate, or depress us. This is where most people realize, oh, this, along with the other, both categories include where society normalizes, culture normalizes, socially accepts both of these categories. Examples, so the whole substance one is even accepted, socially accepted, normalized. But with the process, pornography, compulsive sexual behavior, hypersexuality, food and eating disorders can be here, and the other. Gambling can even be both because you're actually physically touching the other. Shopping, spending, social media, gaming, work addiction, productivity obsession, control and perfectionism, people-pleasing loops, drama, gossiping, the list goes on. And it's very hard to decipher, in my opinion, addictions are addictions, whether we put them into categories or not. Labels, digital, technology, screens, all of this. Even with music and reading or what we're watching, all of this falls into into both categories. Core patterns. It's a dopamine nervous system manipulation through our behaviors. how we're behaving, we are actually manipulating the dopamine hits in us, and we need those constant hits. We need that to normalize, to be regulated, to regulate our brain and spinal cord, our nervous system. Nothing is being swallowed or put in this sense. So that's the difference there. But the brain chemistry changes with both substance and with process or behavioral. It still changes our brain. They've done ample amounts of scientific studies with people and humans and our brains and our bodies, and even social media, scrolling, any of this, the food, gambling, hypersexuality, any of it, bullying, gossiping, drama, it changes our brain. Behaviors, because the behaviors can stimulate dopamine, adrenaline, cortisol, relief pathways. If we do it repeatedly to change how we are, how we feel about ourselves, how we believe to be true about ourselves in the world, it harms and hurts and destroys. It belongs here then. The unifying root of all of this is both of these categories share avoidance and ignorance of discomfort. Nervous system dysregulation. Our brain and spinal cord are unregulated. Or if we get them regulated, boom, we do it again. We need the dopamine hit, the adrenaline. We need whatever that discomfort is that comes. The truth is coming up, and we've got to cover it up. We've got to hide it. Pain relief attempts, pain avoidance attempts, identity coping, huge today. Reward seeking loops. We've got to get that reward. We got to get that unhealthy reward. The delivery system differs with these, but the root mechanism does not. The root beliefs, false beliefs, lies, fears, diffs do not. Why this is so powerful? Number one, it removes the shame hierarchy. There is no, at least I don't do drugs. A work addict and somebody addicted to, I don't want to say an addict, somebody addicted to work, somebody addicted to alcohol, hypersexuality, gambling, social media, technology, screens, food, pills, supplementation, sodium, drugs of any sort, any of these, still the same brain loop, just different tools and mechanisms a person is using. Two, it simplifies the complexity of it. Instead of hundreds of different diction labels, you can go down to 2, and you can even go to 1. This makes teaching it and learning and applying, practicing, applying, and living it, what we call palling it, easier. The whole purpose, we can teach it, you can learn it, but you've got to practice, apply, and live it to experience the difference. It makes recovery clearer, and it makes intervention cleaner. 3, it works everywhere. This model works in faith conversations, clinical environments, family systems, schools, leadership discussions, business workplaces, organizations, personal reset work, because it is neurological, not moralistic. We're talking about we have to get to the root, the false beliefs, the lies, our fears, anything, the diffs that are causing this, the past experiences, wounds, traumas, the memories in our cell. Regulate, restore, release the energy, those memories in ourselves. And so then we can go and reset. We can recognize and reveal it. We can rewrite and replace it. And then we can rewire and reprogram it for the rest, for the fruit. All addictions hijack the same reward circuitry in our body. The dopamine hits, the adrenaline, the cortisol, the reward, the neural pathways. they all reward the same circuitry. The brain does not rank cocaine, Instagram, screens, shopping, sexuality, hypersexuality, pornography, alcohol, drugs, work achievements, learning achievements. It does not rank any of this. Our brain is meant for survival. Our brain looks at it all the same. It tracks relief, dopamine, patterns, and rewards. And it builds tolerance. The more we do something, that's how we build habits. Our beliefs and our behaviors, our thoughts, actions, and words. We keep building the tolerance. And the tolerance causes lives at stake, families too, all of it. There are only, you could say, 2 doors into addiction. Door number 1, we ingest it. Door number 2, we engage in it. Simple and memorable. Door number 1, we ingest. We put it into our body somehow. Number 2, we engage in the activity, the behaviors, the actions. Or inactions can actually be the same. We don't end here with doom and gloom. We end with clarity, boom and boon. If addiction is about regulation and it is about misalignment, needing to align with the truth, then healing and restoration is about learning to regulate without avoiding, ignoring, and escaping. Healing at the core root. Addiction is not proof that any one of us is broken. It is proof that we are trying to survive with the wrong tools. It is time to live with the right tools, our mindsets, our behaviors, our beliefs and behaviors, our thoughts, our actions, and our words, our habits, our patterns, for our sake, for our mind and our body that we've been given, and for our family's sake and everyone's lives. It's time for healthy and wise habits. We call you higher, to level up, as wise actions bring clarity, discipline, responsibility, rewards, aka miracles. We like to say that we don't need to ask for the miracles when we're preventing and being proactive. Remember ignorance, and when we are sottish, rebellious, obstinate, foolish, these actions bring consequences, errors, vices, addictions, sins, etc. This is not just bad behavior. It rewires our identity, our personal reality. It rewires our mind and body. So no more excuses, no more lies. Until we are together again, let us all choose the highway and what truly matters most. Use what we can, leave the rest, revisit when we are ready. Remember, responsibility in action. No one nor family shall do life alone, so please do reach out and connect with us and take care.